Is the motion be agreed to? In closing, Ms Lauder.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. This is a very simple question before us today. As the representative of the people of Canberra, we have the opportunity to say enough is enough. We need consultation, we need better analysis before these huge changes are made. And we have, somewhat after the time, already agreed that through agreeing to the review that was previously put to the Assembly. The review, as some members of this place have already said, is the right way to go ahead. But these huge changes should not take place until such time as a comprehensive review of all elements of the LVC has taken place. We need to listen to the feedback. Mr. Gentleman said that he and his directorate have listened to the feedback, and that's why they've allowed previous arrangements to continue for some time. Madam Speaker, there's an admission right there that the change was wrong, was bad, was ill-conceived and ill-considered in the first place. There's an admission, if ever you've heard one. He's also said that they are now looking at development applications on a case-by-case basis. Yet again, another acknowledgement of a lack of consultation, a lack of understanding of the changes, the impact this would have on the market, an acknowledgement that it's an ill-considered and ill-conceived increase of 300%. I've heard Ms Lakuta talk about the fact that she agrees with many of the points I've made, and yet will not vote against, apparently, this disallowance motion. I'd like to say to Ms Lakuta and the Greens, listen to your own words. We were, as in the Greens, we were particularly concerned about the impact of these changes on housing affordability and infill. Not about windfall gains to developers, because who is the bunny that pays in the end? Who is the person that has to buy a house or a unit? Your average person, my kids, my sister, your friend, your cousin, trying to get into the housing market. They're the ones who will be affected by this. We're not talking about windfall gains to developers and Mr Gentleman's attempt to smear us by saying we're trying to approve these windfall gains to developers. We're trying to say that this will have an impact on housing affordability, and despite the way that she'll be voting today, Ms Lakuta many times has said she agrees with that. She said, we were particularly concerned about the impact of these changes on housing affordability and infill.
That's Caroline for you.
But, Madam Speaker, surely it's common sense. Unless you're a government that's been in power for quite some time and are so arrogant, surely it's common sense when you want to make sweeping changes, and I, for one, would consider a 300% increase to be a sweeping change. I'm not sure about anyone else, but to me, that's pretty much a sweeping change. If you want to make sweeping changes to how development in this community is done, you can solve. This government have it round the other way. They've announced all these changes in the budget. Oh, and now we're going to do some consultation about housing.
It won't be real good, it'll be like the rest.
Yep, absolutely. We've heard about that on many occasions. But in the Assembly here today, we have the opportunity to demand that this stops. We have the opportunity to do something real about housing affordability. Not more consultation, not more reports. This sounds a bit to me like some other portfolios I've been the shadow in, where we commission more and more reports, more and more experts, but we didn't actually make changes. That's what's happening here. We're going to have another consultation, another paper. Don't forget, Mr Stanhope has said that the lack of action on housing affordability and the Affordable Housing Action Plan is his single greatest regret as Chief Minister. Yet we're voting against it here. You are voting against housing affordability here again today. I hope you feel proud of yourself. By rejecting this increase today, you have the opportunity to reject this increase today. It's the opportunity to tell the people of Canberra that you actually care about housing affordability, that you're actually going to do something. It's the opportunity, for once, to move from talking the talk to walking the walk.
Question, is the motion be agreed to? Those of that opinion say aye. Aye. To the contrary, no. No. The noes have it. The ayes have it. It is late in the day, Mr. Pardon. Division required, ring the bells. Number of pairs? Three pairs. As long as you can keep track of who should be in and who should be out. Thank you. Members, I'm not looking forward to Thursday if this is the banter on a Tuesday. Elizabeth? Oh, Elizabeth's the pair. Yep. Miss Lakuta, we're expecting Shane to come down? Yes.